What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Unbearable Podcast. And today we have my Week 7 weekly predictions for the NFL. And last week was a very good week, 11-2. Hey, that's a pretty good week. We're 50-42 now. Hey, we're rolling. But yeah, amazing week last week. Let's continue the momentum. I don't know what I'm doing with my hair, but we move. All right. So let's just get straight into it. First, Thursday Night Football, the Denver Broncos versus the New Orleans Saints. See, the New Orleans Saints are coming off. So the New Orleans Saints lost 51-20 something, and then the Broncos lost they got 16. The other team got 20 something. So I don't know. Patrick Surtain is injured for the Broncos. I think that's his name. No, I think that's the guy in the Falcons. No, I think it is Patrick Surtain. So, yeah, Patrick Surtain, he's injured for the Denver Broncos. The Broncos' defense does not look as good as it did in previous games. But do I think they can bounce back? I'm not sure. And then the New Orleans Saints, they started the first 2 games off very well. But these last 4 games, they've looked very bad. Derek Carr's out. We'll see how Alvin Kamara can do. We'll see how their defense can do after letting up 51 points. They did look good for a little bit, right before the second half. The first half ended. They looked pretty good. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be, one of those games where it's until the fourth quarter comes down to the final drive. But I have the Broncos. Then we have the New England Patriots versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, 2 1-5 teams. The Jacksonville Jaguars the New England Patriots coming off a loss to the Texans where they did score 3 touchdowns with Drake May. So I know a lot of Patriots fans are happy, but other than that, things have not looked very good. Their defense is not good. Their offense is just not good, and Drake May is pretty much the only shining light on that team, pretty much. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, they got stomped by the Bears. 4 drop touchdowns. They couldn't get anything going on offense except for the first drive, and their defense couldn't stop anything. So, we'll see. I think it's going to be the Patriots. They're going to look better than they've looked in a while because Jacksonville Jaguars suck. But I think the Patriots suck less than the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then we got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Atlanta Falcons. Seattle Seahawks started the year off 3-0. Now they're 3-3, coming off of 3 losses. This is probably one of their. Well, no, they face the Giants, so that'd be their easiest matchup. So I don't know what's going on with the Seattle Seahawks. They just can't get anything going on offense. It's not even Geno Smith, really. Geno Smith hasn't looked horrible, but he hasn't looked good either. But it's just they just keep shooting themselves in the foot, and it's just their defense is playing pretty good, and they did have a lot of injuries, but they just keep shooting themselves in the foot. So if they keep self-sabotaging, then I think they'll keep losing, but if they don't, I think they have a pretty good shot of winning this game. But the Atlanta Falcons, what did they do last week? Oh, they faced the Carolina Panthers. They won 30-something to 20. It's the Carolina Panthers, not really much we could see from that game, but they did handle business, and that's all you can do against a bad team. Who do I think is going to win? I think the Atlanta Falcons are coming off of momentum, so I'm going to say they're going to win. Then with the Tennessee Titans and the Buffalo Bills. Tennessee Titans coming off of a loss to the Colts. It was 17-20. They looked shaky at best. Their offense, their defense is pretty good. But just overall, it's just we'll see how Will Levis can do. Then the Buffalo Bills just got Amari Cooper. It's another weapon. I think they're obviously going to win. I'm choosing the Bills to win. Their offense has been, was pretty bad. Josh Allen did not look very good last game. I'm thinking of the last week. That was the Monday Night Football game. Josh Allen looked pretty good. He didn't look horrible, and now that he has another weapon, he'll probably look better. We'll see if the defense can keep up. But I'm choosing the Buffalo Bills. Then we have the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. Cincinnati Bengals barely won against the Giants, but they're facing a team pretty much the same skill level as the Browns. I mean, as the Giants, offensive-wise. Defensive-wise, the Browns' defense is actually pretty good. But, I mean, the Bengals' offense has never been the problem. Their offense is going to put up good numbers. It's just how their defense can do. Their defense is rated the worst in the league, and, I mean, maybe the Browns can do something with that. I don't know. But I think the Bengals, you know, their offense is going to carry them, and then we'll just see if their defense can catch up. And the Browns, they just need to figure it out on offense. I don't know what's going on with Deshaun Watson. He just can't throw, apparently. He can't be a quarterback. I don't know. Nobody likes him. Everybody hates him. That's pretty much the story. And then, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Then the Browns' defense actually is pretty good. The Browns, you know, they have a good defense. It's just their offense is just, I don't know what happened. Like, I actually just, like, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know why Deshaun Watson's playing like ass. He just is. But yeah, I'm choosing the Cincinnati Bengals. Then we have the Houston Texans versus the Green Bay Packers. Houston Texans, they played pretty good. They've been a very solid team, a team that, you know, week to week always has a chance of winning. And their offense, you know, it hasn't looked as good as it was last year. They do get Joe Mixon back this week, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how C.J. Stroud does. We'll see how Joe Mixon does. I think it's going to be a better week for their offense because they do have Joe Mixon, but we'll just have to wait and see. And their defense, you know, played pretty decent. Defense has not been very bad, and we'll see how much they can pressure the quarterback, and I think that will determine their success on defense. Then the Green Bay Packers, their offense, Jordan Love has some interception problems, but I mean, they'll figure that out. They have not looked bad. Their offense has been able to score. They've had quite amount of tight games. They're coming off a game against the Rams. Wait, no, the Rams. No, the Rams had a bye week. Who did they face? The Cardinals. Yeah, and they just dismantled the Cardinals. Cardinals are not a very good team, so I mean, it makes sense. And their offense look good, their defense look good, but I'm going with the Houston Texans. Then we have the Miami Dolphins versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Miami Dolphins, their offense can't function without Tua, and that's pretty much the bottom line. Their defense is kind of there, and I mean, we'll see. I mean, like, they just need a quarterback, and they don't have one. Then the Indianapolis Colts, they're coming off a win against the Titans where it was very close. They're starting Joe Flacco. I think their defense is pretty all right, but their offense is very banged up. So it's the battle of the injury-prone teams, and this injury matchup, I'm going with the Indianapolis Colts. Then I have the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions coming off of a big win against the Cowboys, where they won 49-9, I think it was. And they just looked very good. They were having their offensive linemen line up at wide receiver. Like, they were just rubbing salt in the wound. And the Vikings, off of a bye week, you know, their last game was against the Jets in London. So, I mean, we'll see how they do. But, I don't know. Like, my brain's telling me to go with the Lions, and my heart's telling me to go with the Vikings, because the Vikings haven't lost and they've looked very good. But the Detroit Lions, like, have also looked very... I'm going with the Lions. Then we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New York Giants. The Philadelphia Eagles have not looked as good as people hoped. A lot of people are calling for... Who's their coach? Is it Nick Sirianni? I don't know. You guys know who I'm talking about. To be fired. Even after the win last week, people were shouting in the stadium for him to get fired. But I think they have a kind of an easy week with the New York Giants. Kind of figure stuff out, get back on track, and that's what I think is going to happen. The New York Giants, they're the New York Giants. Their offense can't do anything, and their defense is kind of getting left behind by their offense. And that's just kind of what we expected. Next, we have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles Rams. Las Vegas, just, I don't know what's going on there. Nothing good. And I think that's the bottom line. There's just nothing good going on in Las Vegas. Their players don't like their coaches. Their coaches can't do anything. And it's just a crapshoot. And then the Los Angeles Rams, they just have a lot of injuries. So, they haven't looked good, but they're coming off a bye week. They just have a lot of injuries. But I'm going to choose the Los Angeles Rams. Then we have the Carolina Panthers versus the Washington Commanders. The Panthers suck. Very bad. Not good. That's pretty much all I can say. Then the Washington Commanders have looked very good. Jaden Daniels, a lot of people are saying is Rookie of the Year. I think it's Caleb Williams, but hey, we'll see next week. But I think the Washington Commanders should have no problem taking care of business. Then the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. Kansas City coming off a bye week. The wide receiver room is very banged up. I'm hoping for a big game from Xavier Worthy. But, Chiefs are the Chiefs. They've looked very good. They're undefeated for a reason. And, 49ers have looked pretty disappointing this year. A lot of people thought they were going to be a lot better. But, they haven't looked horrible. It's just their offense needs to figure it out. I think they're definitely feeling the loss of Christian McCaffrey. But, their offense just their defense has played amazing. Their offense just needs to figure it out. But it hasn't even played that bad. I really don't know how they're losing these games. But, beat the Seahawks last week. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. Then we have two Monday games, one Sunday game. So we have Sunday Night Football, New York Jets versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jets just got Devontae Adams. Lost in a close game to the Bills. I think they're going to look better, but I think their offense is still going to struggle because I feel like it's not players, it's just internal. They have other problems going on with their offense. Defense has looked all right. Hasn't looked amazing like it was last year, but it hasn't looked bad. Then Pittsburgh Steelers starting, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about. Broncos country, let's ride. Russell Wilson over Justin Fields when Justin Fields has played amazing, but not amazing, but he's played good. He hasn't played bad, but whatever. Offense, it's the same thing. Their offense has been all right. Defense has been amazing. But I'm going to pick the Steelers. I think they have it more together right now. Then the Baltimore Ravens, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ravens just got off of a win, I'm pretty sure, against who they just faced? The Commanders, where, after the first half, there was just pure dominance from them. And they're clicking on all cylinders right now. I think they're going to be full steam ahead. Very good team. Then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, not a bad team. Just, I don't think they're on the level of the Ravens, which is why I'm choosing the Ravens. Then the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Arizona Cardinals. Chargers beat the Broncos last week. Have looked pretty decent. Looked pretty decent. Cardinals coming off of a loss against the Packers. I'm going to say the Chargers are going to win this one. So that's it for my predictions. The video is kind of long, 14 minutes. Yep. That's it for my predictions. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Blackhawks home opener. And until next time, don't forget to bear down.